Snow lovers, check this out. Some people waking up to a light dusting. Mount Airy there even had enough to show up on the streets. Of course, it's nowhere near as pretty as the fake snow up in the mountains right now. Look at that. It is so nice up there within this live picture. But you know what? That could change here at home, where we are expecting possible snow and sleet. Good evening, I'm Ben Briscoe. It's warmer right now in the Triad, but temperatures are expected to fall again tomorrow. And right now, crews are preparing for a storm that could bring some snow. Brine trucks are ready to roll if snow or sleet falls. A precaution as temperatures drop and conditions could change quickly. Our weather team says tomorrow will be a weather impact alert day, even as the chance for snow is starting to drop. Alex Williams joins us now with the latest on those chances.
Yeah, Ben, the trend really over the last 36 hours has been a further northwest progression of that back edge shield of precipitation. And I think it's honestly going to start a little earlier tonight than originally thought as well. So some of us towards the west might actually get a little bit of rain, liquid gold, right? We still need it, still dealing with drought. We did receive some rainfall today, 1/100th to 2/100ths of an inch of rain. Woohoo, right? Every little bit counts though. And that was from the earlier progression of the front. Beautiful shot of Winston-Salem there this evening in Forsyth County, looking pretty nice. Clouds really starting to increase, and it's pretty mild outside. Temperatures very much on the mild side. We're talking upper 40s, mid 40s in some spots as well. And of course, Western North Carolina still being pretty cool up there. You saw all those skiers and snowboarders. They are definitely having a time there with maybe some of the fresh snow that they received. But what we want to focus on is temperatures. It's going to be critical. And you can see how warm it is along the coast. Upper 50s for us, the 40s, and then you can see back further to the west, even colder air. So there's another front hidden in here, and that's going to be sliding towards us tomorrow with the reinforcing shot of cold temperatures. That's important because tonight we're going to be in the mid 40s, low 40s, upper 30s through the day tomorrow. We need that cold air to catch the precip to change it over to snow. If you like snow. If you don't like snow, hopeful that the temperatures stay mild and that we don't see the cold air catch. But you can see here the temperature trend is just downward as we go through the afternoon. So that's another one of those midnight highs. Temperature when you wake up, probably in the upper 30s, and you'll see that reflected on the 7-day forecast. Rain chances, though, will start to increase, especially right before midnight. You can see them ramping up, especially around midnight into the very early morning hours tomorrow. And then eventually, yes, the cold air will catch and will transition over to some snow. So because of the possibility of that, we have issued that weather impact alert day for your Sunday. That's going to run really midnight through about the midday hours on our Sunday. And we're talking that rain transitioning over to snow, some mix, and still going to be on the conservative side of things for snowfall. So we're talking a trace to maybe half an inch. And then what do you need to do? Of course, bundle up. You need to wear layers. Temperatures will be dropping throughout the day. And then you just need to have a radar app handy with you. A great tool you can use, our 24-hour radar stream on WFMY Plus. And you can track your local forecast and also, of course, the radar as well. There goes the temperatures plummeting down as we go through the afternoon. Notice the precip does cut off as we go through those midday hours. So this is what it looks like now. A little bit of some precipitation returns showing up. Not really raining on me at the moment, so a lot of that's probably in the mid-levels. We still have some dry air to kind of erode before we start getting some of this better precipitation to start to fall across the area. But there it is, all across the southeast. This is going to be our developing area of low pressure that slides up the coast through the overnight, and that'll eventually start to bring us rain as well. So here we are. Notice the timing here. Just before midnight, already starting to see those showers. Temperatures very mild. By the time we get towards midnight, we could be in the mid to upper 40s. And then as we go through the morning, as that rain pushes through, that'll cool us off a little bit, maybe some evaporational cooling going on there. Notice you don't see the transition to snow. Watch as we get this second batch of precipitation to move in. And now all of a sudden temperatures in the mid 30s. We're starting to cool that column of air. And that's when we're going to see that transition over to snow. Notice here where the battleground is, as it always is, right on top of the Triad proper. And so we're going to have to see where this sets up. How quickly does that change over? The quicker we get the cold air in, the quicker we see the snow start to accumulate. The longer it takes to get the cold air in, we won't see as much snow. And so a lot of models still in very much disagreement on kind of how fast that cold air punches through. So here's what we're thinking right now, about a trace to about ½ an inch. That is the best chance there for our forecast. Bust is going to be the second best, where we get absolutely nothing. It stays rain the whole time. But the higher end things, maybe up to 2. And that's going to be areas east of the triad and basically west of the triangle. And that's where you're seeing the better high-end chances for that. So we're talking flakes to about ½ an inch. Keep your expectations low, as we've been talking about. You will see impacts beyond that, though. As we go tomorrow night into Monday, temperatures will drop very quickly, and that will allow the possibility of flash freezing on area roadways. So as the monks come to town, as Martin Luther King Jr. Day celebrations go on and observances as well, parades, it's going to be cold. You need to bundle up for that because winter will be sticking around, but that flash freeze is going to be a real concern Monday morning, especially if roads are left wet from whatever we see fall tomorrow.
A trace of snow sounds perfect, though, just enough to be pretty and not many problems. You can stay on top of the weather with our WFMY News 2 radar app, and Alex will be right back here on WFMY Plus at 8 o'clock with another look at how this forecast is changing fast. Right now, Greensboro police are investigating after a hit and run left one person dead in Greensboro. Officers closed a portion of NC 68 just after 7:30 this morning after receiving calls of a person in the road. Officials say a car was traveling north on the highway when it hit the person. Police say the person was dead at the scene. Investigators say the car did not stay after the crash. Police are working to find the driver. If you know anything, give them a call. New at 6 o'clock, police have found a missing 14-year-old alive after nearly 50 hours of searching. The Iredell County Sheriff's Office confirms that Gideon Ferguson was located near his home today. He's now being evaluated by EMS. Officials say they are grateful for the massive search effort and call his safe recovery a prayer answered. Investigators will continue working to understand how he went missing. Right now, monks are getting closer to the triad on their walk for peace through North Carolina and across the nation. The journey started in Texas and they'll end up in Washington, D.C. Today, they made their way through Rowan County, ringing a bell to mark their journey in Spencer. You can see the amount of people who showed up there on the sides of the road to watch them as they went by. They get closer to the triad now, and you might have plans to go see them. Our Giselle Thomas posted a video to our Facebook page with where you can find the monks.
As the monks are making their way through North Carolina, they're expected to stop at Grace Lutheran Church in Thomasville on Sunday, January the 18th. Now, the monks are expected to arrive between 6 and 8 p.m. that night. Now, the public is welcome to attend and greet them as they arrive, but the church does ask that you arrive no earlier than 5:30 p.m. That's to give the monks some time to not only rest, but also prepare. They also are expected to do a talk and a visitation. Now, keep in mind, the church says that due to the incoming expected inclement weather that we may have, they are keeping all of the activities inside of the sanctuary. There will also be some overflow seating that will be outside, but the church also says that they will be streaming this on their Facebook page. That way everyone will have access whether you're able to attend or not.
For those planning to walk alongside the monks, organizers are asking everyone to do so respectfully. You're welcome to walk with them at any point along their journey. Just be sure to give them space. You want to walk behind the monks, not in front. And if a big crowd gets there, they ask you to split up on both sides of the road. That way the monks can move forward without interruption or physical contact, which organizers say is very important to this tradition. For more on their journey and etiquette as you see the monks go by, be sure to check out WFMYnews2.com. Happening right now, President Donald Trump is threatening to impose new tariffs on Denmark and other European countries unless there's a deal for the U.S. to purchase Greenland. Now, thousands in those countries are protesting the proposal. Today, Senator Tom Tillis responded to President Trump's tariff plan, posting online, "The fact that a small handful of advisors are actively pushing for coercive action to seize territory of another ally is beyond stupid. It hurts the legacy of President Trump and undercuts all the work he's done to strengthen the NATO alliance over the years." Jen Sullivan reports on Saturday's rallies across the world and how the U.S. Advances are surprising people.
Crowd shouting Greenland is for Greenlanders Saturday as people in Greenland express outrage over the U.S.'s recent threats to take over the Nordic island.
We are not for sale.
In the capital of Nuuk, thousands of people turned out. In similar protests were held in Denmark. Greenland is an autonomous territory of Denmark.
Greenland should be free and Greenland should be for the Greenlanders, not for the Americans.
For months, President Donald Trump has insisted the U.S. should control Greenland. Its far north location makes it ideal for missile early warning systems and monitoring vessels in the region.
We need Greenland for national security.
Saturday, the president ramping up his threats against countries opposing the U.S. acquiring Greenland, posting this on Truth Social, saying, quote, starting February 1st, several European countries will be charged a 10% tariff on any and all goods sent to the United States of America. On June 1st, the tariff will be increased to 25%. Earlier in the week, Denmark and several other NATO countries sent troops to Greenland for exercises in an apparent signal of NATO opposition to the apparent threat of an American seizure of the Arctic landmass. Any American military move on Greenland could trigger Article 5 of the NATO treaty, which says an attack on one NATO territory is an attack on all. President Trump's threats are drawing criticism from both sides of the political aisle on Capitol Hill.
Basically severing this whole agreement and invading an ally, a democracy, it's immoral, it's wrong.
The thought of starting a war or invading a NATO ally is unthinkable.
It's also an unpopular opinion among Americans, according to a new CNN poll. The survey shows that 75% oppose the U.S. attempting to take control of Greenland. I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
New research finds that taking Tylenol during pregnancy does not increase the risk of autism, pushing back on a claim made by President Trump last year. A new study looked at 40 different research projects around the world and found no evidence that using Tylenol during pregnancy raises a child's risk of autism. Experts say that autism is, however, influenced by a number of other factors, including genetics, older parental age, and exposure to air pollution and certain pesticides.
All right, let's take one more look at the forecast since it will be changing over the next couple of hours. Really expect before midnight now, a few scattered showers moving through. Notice how mild it is. I mean, we're talking mid to upper 40s. Temperatures will then start to drop as we go through the overnight as the rain pushes through. And yes, by about 6 o'clock, maybe it looks like we're dry. Now, it looks like there's a resurgence, a second kind of batch of moisture moving through, if you will. That has the better chance to see that transition over to some of the wintry stuff that maybe some want to see, some don't want to see. I still think we need to keep our expectations low with this system. There's just too many things that could go wrong for us to end up busting. So keep our expectations low. Again, the trace to half an inch is what we're expecting. Light accumulation is possible, but it's only going to be on those really grassy elevated surfaces. We're not talking problems on the roads. However, Sunday night into Monday, we could see that flash freeze set up, Ben, and that's really what we're concerned about as far as the potential for some of those impacts. Because we've got MLK Day parade going on. We've got the monks coming into Greensboro. Welcome. Here's freezing temperatures. And so if you're going out to any of those, bundle up, watch for some of those slick spots. I think that's something we're going to have to watch for. And then hope for the best if you love snow. Cross your fingers, do the snow dance, and we'll see what happens tomorrow.
So the good news is that a lot of people are probably off on Monday and the morning commute won't be as impacted otherwise.
Right, unless you're going to see the monks, unless you're going to MLK parades and things like that. As we go through the day, though, conditions improve drastically.
I think a lot of people want to know what this snow dance looks like.
I don't know what
So like a little of this, a little of that.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know.
We're gonna have to figure that out. We're gonna figure that one out for you. Yeah. Otherwise, though, you're going to be back here at 8 o'clock with more information because this is changing.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll have a couple more updates tonight on WFMY.
Sounds good. We'll see you right back here at 8 o'clock. And don't forget the news tonight at 11.